Clay can take you anywhere. There's almost nothing you can't express through clay.
I've never visibly seen students put things together in the way they can put things together when we visit a classroom with ceramic arts.
I felt like my art was being appreciated and that it was being showed off to the public.
It's like magic for them.
It's like having your imagination in your hands.
We're a living community is how I see the Clay Studio. We're not a museum. We're a place where artists work and students learn. We make hands-on opportunities available to people who want their own ability to express their creativity.
The Clay Studio is unusual in that we serve a local audience, a regional audience, a national audience, and an international audience.
And since kids love clay, our former education director, Catherine Narrow, thought, wouldn't it be great to have classes here? And she thought, why can't we go to the kids instead? And that's how the Claymobile was born.
The Claymobile is exactly what you see in its name, the Claymobile. It's a mobile clay unit. This is our trusty steed.
The basic idea is that everything needed for a ceramics class gets loaded up in a van that's labeled the Claymobile and goes out to different classrooms throughout Philadelphia and some classes in New Jersey as well. Basically, we can work anywhere.
It is our most visible program, and it serves a really important audience. Portions of the population that aren't necessarily served.
The need for children to experience the arts, to have the ability to be creatively expressive through the arts is so diminished in our culture. It's really affecting parts of the brains of children. Parts of them are not getting stimulated.
For me, education is a justice issue. It's about providing equal opportunity for all children.
We really need to do a much better job in all of our schools to make sure that there's plenty of activities that keep kids engaged.
What's great about teaching with clay is that it's very physical. It's right there. People can sort of tear into it, tear it apart. There's very little prior knowledge required.
The tactile qualities of the material itself are something that children immediately relate to and like.
We're going to make two different types of masks. We're going to make one mask with a mold, and we're going to make another mask freehand.
You go in and you work with the kids for about 90 minutes, and you're creating one project that will then be transported from the site to the clay studio, where we'll then fire all the work in the kilns there.
And then when it comes back, it's just like a real piece of artwork. Like you just want to show it to everyone in the world.
Our primary objective is to help them to read and write, but if we're not giving them purpose and reason to show up every day in school with things that really fire them up and get their passion going, that they're excited about, they're not going to go to school.
People are really cut off from any kind of real basic process. They don't, know. It's like, well, where does milk come from? They've never seen a cow. A lot of kids don't realize that the plates they eat off of are made of clay. More pots and clay were made by hand than were by wheel. There's a more immediate gratification of actually seeing something right away with the product of your hands.
I don't know, when I feel the clay, I just get so excited.
And it's just amazing to see when they're given clay and when they're given this opportunity to succeed with it, the things that they're able to create and to see their imagination sort of take flight with it.
Clay is unique because it's a three-dimensional art. When someone squeezes, touches, smooths, pounds clay, it records that movement. And you can fire it and record that movement forever.
The transformation to an object that they've created and affects the students in a way that it kind of goes to their core, to their soul.
When you do something like art and you say to a kid, you have a lot of potential, and the kid takes a piece of clay and they shape it into a piece of art that they're proud of. They see their potential right then and there.
A little girl told me one time, which was kind of fun to hear, she said, you know what about the Claymobile? It makes us help each other. She said, in class, we don't help each other.
It will happen now and then, you know, that a child is acting out, but they act out so much less when they have the focus of the art.
Most projects that we do within a classroom are tied into the daily curricula.
It's very usual for, at some time during elementary school, to learn about the art of the ancient Egyptians. Canopic jars are part of the mummification process. They are actually something that was traditionally made out of terracotta, so it's a good tie-in.
I wanted to create a public art gallery throughout this whole building. Just put in the face of the people that live in the community.
It's a visible reminder of human potential and human creativity and what's possible, which is really great for especially young kids to see.
We want our kids to know that they have history here. They're going to be remembered here.
The Claymobile Creations Show happens annually at the Clay Studio. It's a collection of students' work from all over the program. The Claymobile teachers work with the classroom teachers to pick about 10 student works from each classroom.
You needed patience, because your artwork will collapse once in a while, but you have to keep trying and trying again until you got it right.
When they brought it back glazed, it was just awesome. It was shiny, colorful, and looked like something I did not do. And when I took it home, I showed my mom. Then I gave it to somebody as a gift. They still have it.
Clay is a material that truly binds all cultures, and it's capable of being many, many things, from functional objects to sculpture to tile that is on the space shuttle.
Clay doesn't just have to be throwing pots. There's ceramic engineers. I mean, jet exhausts are made from clay. There's all sort of high-tech clay. I'd like to see some sort of way to help associate clay with science. If a child gets that interest sparked in them, we don't know where that might lead.
You know, it's rock and water make clay. That's also alchemy. And to create it into a cup or a bowl or a figure that tells a story, that's transformative.
For some of these individuals, clay will become a primary part of their lives, or the value of creative expression will become a huge part of these individuals' lives.
I really would like to take trips all over the world with the clay and try to sculpt out art sculptures, or maybe just try to make famous buildings like the Sydney Opera House. I really like that building. It's made in a funny way. You can never sculpt it just right.
And it's their own pure personal experience. There's an ownership that's allowed, and it's very pure, and they start taking themselves and the clay experience very seriously.
Funders want to see a program that is effective, that is sustainable, that is professionally run.
Well, we need funds and support to get to a higher level of growth for the Claymobile. We also, and probably because I'm a healer as a therapist, would like to see it hit more populations. Programs with autism, Asperger's, elders, all the special needs populations. But we're going to need different equipment. Equipment is expensive. Clay is earth, but to turn it into stone is expensive.
You know, you gotta make the possible tangible. And that's what art, and particularly clay art, makes the possible tangible.
Well, the alternative to not having the Claymobile is not having a creative experience for children. So where does that leave the world if children aren't able to express themselves creatively? And if they don't have the experience of art?
The Claymobile program is so outstanding, and it just must go on because it's one of the most well-run outreach programs that I've experienced in the city.
I don't think you should change anything in it because it's already amazing.